Aries, welcome to your reading. I have some fresh, hot, strong coffee right in front of me. I'm ready to tackle your reading. I'm a little nervous to do it because in the astrology, things could be a little messy for you right now. And then we also have Venus going retrograde in your sign. So it could be a little rough. While I was just shuffling, I kept seeing, well, she's at the bottom of the deck, the Temperance card and the Empress card coming out together. And first of all, you did show up in the Taurus reading. I can't remember if you showed up in anyone else's readings very strongly, but for sure that one, because I just did it. But on that note, Temperance and the Empress, I do feel like that could be the rule of law right now for you, to just take your time, have patience, take care of yourself. It's super important whenever things are kind of working against us, right? You don't want to overdo it. And I feel like that's an important message for Aries placements, because you are kind of the sign of overdoing it, right? Maybe not the only one, but either way, since I kept seeing it, I wanted to just kind of make a note of that right out the gate. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and taking your time and just trying to keep yourself detached and calm. I know that it's not the best time for a lot of you right now. So this is a love reading, by the way. We're going to look at your energy on the left, your person's energy on the right. Feel free to switch it if that's how it makes sense for you. And then we're going to look at the energy between you. And we'll see how it goes from there. I'm going to pull you an oracle at the end. So let's get into it. What do we have for Aries and love, Spirit? Can you show me Aries energy and love right now? Interesting that I said right now, because I don't think I've said that for anyone else. The Chariot. Okay. Can you show me the Aries persons? Flying out, the Magician. Okay, so right off we have Cancer, Gemini, Virgo. What's the energy between them? What is the energy between them, please? Oh, I'm not taking that. Okay, there we go. The Knight of Swords. Yeah, if you're dealing with a Taurus, Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Injustice, yeah. If you're dealing with a Taurus, because I think the Magician, did the Magician come up? I don't know. For some reason, when I saw this Magician card for their energy, it's Gemini and Virgo for me, but for some reason I had a flashback sort of like in my mind to that reading. And I didn't really like that reading, okay? I was trying to be nice to them because I was reading for them, and I don't, I never know if they're like the bad guy or not. And I do like Tauruses in general as a general rule. So, I didn't want to make any prejudgments or whatever. But I didn't really like the energy there. It seemed a little sneaky, and that's kind of how I'm feeling this guy over here, especially with the Knight of Swords in the middle. Let's get a different deck. Let's clarify with a different deck. Okay. Spirit, can you clarify the Chariot for me? Thank you. The High Priestess. Now we have Pisces energy. Can you clarify the Magician card for me? The Queen of Swords. Yeah. One more for the Magician, please. The Prince of Swords. So that's actually the Knight. I was going to say the Page, but it's not. It's the Knight. So we have it coming out again. Clarify the Knight of Swords. King of Pentacles between Aries and their person. Wow, this is very similar to the Taurus reading. Can you clarify the Knight of Swords, please? All right, make it. Okay, the Magician wanting to kind of. The Four of Jars. Yeah, the Magician, the Four of Wands, Eight of Swords. Jesus. At the bottom of the deck, okay. And Judgment. Right. Very similar to the Taurus reading. Eight of Swords, Four of Wands. This could speak to me of somebody feeling like they're trapped in a commitment. And it wasn't just Taurus that got this energy. Sorry, I can't hold on to the cards. They're slippery, and I put lotion on right before this. So, yeah. I'm trying to think of what other signs got this sort of energy, but definitely you're not the only one. I'm getting this weird sense of people feeling like they are burdened by each other, somehow just obligated to each other and not really in it for the right reasons, okay? And yeah, this little Magician. Okay, let's back up though. Yeah, what the hell? Justice. The Three of Swords was at the bottom of this deck with Justice, and now we're getting Justice with Judgment. So, okay, I'm going all over the place. There's definitely an energy of past energy coming up. Okay, this could be resentment building up, or this could be like literally a situation that you dealt with in the past. And sometimes, okay, I'm going to say this especially to you, because Venus is going retrograde in your sign. Sometimes we get these like former past situations coming up in tarot or in our lives, in our minds, in our dreams, whatever. Sometimes it's because, not that we need to go revisit this person, talk to this person, interact with them, or anything like this. Sometimes it's just that we need to reprocess the situation again. Like it's a trigger. It's trying to trigger us to think through what happened in that situation now from a place of detachment and distance. Does that make sense? You are coming out, your energy. Sorry, I keep hitting my ring on my coffee cup. I'm very animated. The Chariot and the High Priestess. Some of you could be leaving a connection behind and heading toward a Pisces. I'm not really feeling that, or a Cancer. But, and it could be a secret, for sure. But I am feeling, for a lot of you, that this is you leaving something behind. Like leaving behind what you've always known, sort of energy with the Chariot. It is possible, okay, if I look at this from a positive angle, it is possible that this is a positive reading. So I don't want you to get bogged down and feeling like it's a negative reading, but that was my initial impression. It could be a positive reading. Okay? You could be charging in to a situation, fearlessly charging forward into a situation with someone who maybe it could feel like a very spiritual connection to you, but it could also just be someone who is like the person of your dreams, so to speak. I kind of get that energy with the High Priestess. And with the Magician bouncing off in your person's energy, I feel like that kind of like reiterates that. Like the Magician has every tool he needs to succeed, right? He makes magic. He puts all of his resources together in the right ways to create his own manifestations in the real world. And we do have the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords coming out. So once again, heavy Gemini energy, but the Queen of Swords is Libra for me. This is energy of like seeing clearly and going for something. Like trusting your instincts, making a move, taking action without really second guessing yourself too much. And then that is the energy between you. Okay? The Knight of Swords. So, yes, to me, this can be a card of like conflict and combat and arguments, but it can also just simply be about somebody charging forward, taking action based on, you know, something. How do I put this? It's sort of like an impulsive energy, right? The Knight of Swords, because he's before the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords sees clearly. The clouds have lifted for her. But the Knight of Swords doesn't always see things clearly. But he takes action anyway. Are you following? And then with the King of Pentacles and the Four of Jars here, I could go either way on this. Like I said, I do feel like kind of a negative energy here. And with these three cards combined, this could indicate somebody rushing in, once again, to a commitment without thinking and being disappointed, being unsatisfied, being checked out. Because it's just not, it's just the same old tired connection, okay, with the King of Pentacles. So that's really my first instinct. However, this could also indicate rushing into a connection because you don't want to miss the opportunity, okay? And for sure, I mean, that message is here. I'm not saying it's not here. I was just overwhelmed right out the gate with the cards that I was seeing and the energy that I was feeling as a, you know, as an intuitive response. So let me get some more cards on this. Can you tell me more about the situation, please? King of Swords, more air energy. Page of Wands. Eight of Jars, yeah. See? Okay, one more. The Moon, right. The Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Oh my God, that's so interesting because I was just thinking about this. I don't know what I was listening to or watching or doing. What was it? I don't know. I'll just tell you. So we have the King of Swords and the Page of Wands coming out. And once again, we have the Queen of Swords here. So we have a counterpart energy. However, the King and Queen of Swords can often indicate a divorced couple, okay? Or at the very least, a couple that's not seeing eye to eye. They're not really in touch with each other. And then we're getting the Page of Wands. Page of Wands generally would be good news. And immediately following the good news, we have the Eight of Cups and the Moon. With your energy coming out as the Chariot, I'm going to be honest with you, Aries. I feel like for a lot of you, this is you getting some sort of good news that is allowing you to move forward. I think a lot of you are hesitant to leave a situation because you don't know where you're going, right? With the Moon card here, it's like you don't know where you're going to end up if you leave this situation behind. And I feel like a lot of you might be keeping like secrets, holding things in, wanting to leave, thinking about leaving, fantasizing about leaving a situation, but just too scared to do it because you don't know what's next. And what I was thinking about, or what occurred to me for some reason, what was it? It was something I saw about like following the sun, okay? And in my crazy little mind, I started thinking like, well, that doesn't really work. Like, you know, if you think back to like primitive times, right? You can't just follow the sun all the time, or you would just be going back and forth, right? Because the sun rises in the east, right? So if you're following the sun, you're heading east, but eventually the sun sets in the west. So, like, what are you going to do if you really followed the sun and took that literally? You would just be walking back and forth, covering the same ground. And the Moon card. So, I mean, and this is part of your message. This is part of the Fool's journey, etc., etc. The thing is that at some point you have to follow the moon, and you have to just trust that you were guided in the right direction, and eventually you see the sun again, right? I don't know if I'm making any sense. But that was just something I was kind of thinking about and laughing about. And then it did make me think of tarot and how the moon period is basically about going anyway, in spite of the fact that you don't have clear guidance and you aren't really sure, that you can't really see things clearly. The Ace of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. And this is another, I wish I could remember where I heard this recently, but that's the thing about trusting your guidance. I mean, and if you've ever consciously practiced this, you'll know the opportunity appears. Like, part of the formula is having the faith and trusting your guidance and moving forward. Part of the task is to go through the moon period where we don't know what's ahead. We aren't sure. We just know we can't stay here, right? And that's what I feel like for sure for a lot of you is like you have all this guidance with the Chariot telling you to go. 8 of Cups, go. With the Page of Wands here, I feel like, and with the Chariot, with the Chariot and the High Priestess coming out, I feel this too, but also with the Page of Wands, it's like there's some sort of, okay, the King of Swords can be an expert, okay? He can be an advisor, a lawyer, okay? I don't know what kind of situation we're dealing with here, but this to me is like saying that you're going to get some kind of good news, or you're going to get some kind of green light that's going to help you feel confident to move. I do think for a lot of you, this is leaving something behind, and it could be something you've been in for a long time here with the King of Pentacles, 4 of Cups. You could have been really bored and disappointed and or involved in conflict, Knight of Swords, for quite some time. And I've kind of ignored this person over here because I immediately got a bad vibe off of him. Let me get one more card for the Magician, please. Can I get one more card for this Magician? The Prince of Jars. Okay, yeah, Knight of Cups. Two of Swords. I think this person's manipulative. I think this person's manipulative. I think this person does not want you to go. And I think this person is either trying to sell you a dream or has tried to sell you a dream that I just don't think is like, I just don't think it's legitimate. Okay, and that's exactly kind of the energy I was getting off of this Magician card is Knight of Cups energy. Like, not, I mean, Knight of Cups can be a very good card, okay? I'm not knocking him. But pulled it together in a negative sense, that's exactly how I felt when I first saw that Magician card. Is like this person who's trying to paint you a mirage, right? It's like they're selling you a lie. That's totally what I feel, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, this could be a very positive reading for some of you if you're in a situation where there's a risk of missing out on an opportunity that you've wanted, right? I feel like one or both of you is making a move and you're really getting fired up to seize this opportunity. And then in that case, it's probably a beautiful thing. Okay, I'm not trying to give a negative reading, but if that's your situation and you are coming together with somebody who feels like a manifestation, somebody who feels like a dream, I feel like they feel exactly the same way and they're seeing that very clearly, and I feel like they're taking action. They're following their heart, and they probably are going to want to commit. This came up in someone else's reading too. Commit to you and lock this down before they miss out. Okay, or vice versa, depending on which side you're on here, whatever. But that's not the predominant energy I feel, and I don't feel like if that's your situation, I don't feel like you even need my advice. Yes, lock it down. Go for it, right? Don't hesitate. If you see what you want, get it. Period. You don't need my help. You don't need my advice. But if you're stuck in a situation that could be abusive with somebody who's potentially a narcissist, definitely selling false, future faking, false dreams, promises, and you're scared to go, but everything, I feel like everything is telling you to go. I feel like your intuition is telling you to go. I feel like your ancestors are telling you to go. The universe is pulling you away. So maybe you need to seek the guidance of an expert here. Maybe that's what it's going to take for you to be brave enough to go without knowing. The future is never certain. We tell ourselves it is, we pretend it is, but it's not. Okay? Even if you are in a marriage and you think it's good and you think nothing can go wrong, it's all you've ever dreamed of, there's no promise ever of tomorrow. Okay? We just get this fear of the unknown, right? We get comfortable with what's familiar. But facing your fear is literally the path to success in most cases. Like if you don't do anything new, if you don't do anything that you're afraid of, you never grow. Nothing ever happens. Nothing ever changes. And that's what I feel is the predominant message here. Like you need to go. You need to go. Wherever, in whatever direction, intuitively. So like I I can't even tell you, really, because you know better than I do. All right, Aries, let's get you an oracle. Let's get you an oracle and see what I missed. Spirit, can you give me the best guidance and advice for Aries? Do we want this? I don't know. I didn't really like how that came out. Let's get... I want confidence. Okay, we need confidence. We need direct answers. Thank you so much. Number 3. That's pretty. No one else has got this card. Let me do a little switcheroo here. Oh my God, this keeps coming up for you, Aries. Let me see if I can hold this without shaking like crazy. I always try to balance on my knee. I'm gonna have to balance on my knee. It's just no getting around it. Number 3, dreams, meditation, spiritual escape. Some colors exist in dreams that are not present in the waking spectrum. I am not going to try to pronounce this name. Terry something. Okay, our dreams provide us with an alternate reality. Limitless and unfettered, we are free to soar with angels or sink to the depths of demons. To imagine, to create, to escape the norm, to wonder and ask what if, and to awaken refreshed and question why not. A jester rests atop a magical box prop. Her costume, a nightcap and slippers. It is a time now for rest and escape. Around her float magical dreamcatcher nets, which capture her drifting, elusive imagination. Climbing up the adjacent pole are a variety of creatures, each symbolically associated with dreams and different cultures. Be wary of dreams and interpreting them falsely. They may be true visions or merely mirages of the truth that will send us further from reality. What did I say? I mean, that's not exactly what I said. But I said, watch out for mirages. And of course, rest and take care of yourself for sure. But escape. Escape is what I'm telling you to do. I feel like there's a need for a lot of you to escape. Okay? And certainly if this is an abusive situation, a violent situation, one where your life or your safety is in danger, seek authority. I can't tell you what that is because I don't know where you are, where you live, but you can call, I'll pin it in the comments. You can call like the domestic violence hotline and they will find you somebody near you. I'll give as much information as I can in the comments, okay? So yes. On another note, I feel like this is once again speaking to what has been coming up repeatedly in your readings. There is someone trying to talk to you in your dreams. And it's probably have something to do with what I was saying here. Your ancestors, whoever, whatever. I feel like everything is screaming at you to try to talk to you and give you guidance and tell you something that maybe you're missing. And I feel like you're missing that as well for a lot of you because it wouldn't be coming up over and over again. So, or you're misinterpreting something. Okay, Aries. That's all I have for you right now. Please take care of yourselves. I will see you next time.